I didn't have anybody that I felt like I could really talk to about it. I mean, I have tons of friends and family and, people who've maybe had one miscarriage, but I never connected with anybody while I was in the midst of it that was in the same situation as me. I
Mhm.
never even heard of secondary infertility. I didn't know
Right.
that that was a thing.
Right.
So this is all alluding to why I created my podcast, Infertility Rally, because I just felt so like I was like fledgling, like I didn't know where to turn to.
One thing I want to point out too is you had one embryo, which most people feel like it's not enough to move forward with. And I just want to point that out because it gives a lot of people hope that it can happen with one, right? It did
Yeah.
happen. You have a little guy running around who was your one.
The concept was and is every episode I talk to somebody about their journey to family building. And it covers infertility for the most part, but it's also people who need assisted reproductive technology. So it's like single mothers by choice, same sex couples. I had a transgender couple on recently, so I talked to one person or a couple, or one time I did best friends too, because they were both going through it at the same time. But basically, it's just sharing stories and, sharing these experiences. And the whole point is to just put these stories out there so that people who are going through this can connect and realize they're not alone. There's somebody that's going through it.
Yeah.
And, I always try to connect people via social media now. After the episode comes out, I like tag everybody, and everybody's been wonderful in terms of, if someone's going through this, reach out to me. So I know a lot of people have connected that way. And it's just trying to create something that's not only like informative and entertaining, but that can really make a difference and blast these stigmas. And I just think it's such crap that people, still don't talk about this a ton. I mean, it has changed tremendously in the last couple of years, thankfully,
Yeah.
but it's still really, it's kind of a hush hush thing still. And that needs to not be, women don't need to feel ashamed about this. It's a
Yeah.
medical diagnosis. But the people who are willing to share, I always encourage, like, there's going to be somebody out there that hears your story and you make them feel better and make them be able to get up off the bed or the bathroom floor. Like in my case, I was always found myself crying in the bathroom floor. um, but
Yeah.
to
And
just
or
get
even if
people
it's after the fact, right? It doesn't even have to be during, but after the
completely,
fact, because
completely.
having it normalizes these conversations. And that's why I'm so grateful for the work that you're doing, both on the podcast and with Fertility Rally, because it gives
Thank you.
building that community and making people feel like they're normal.
That women in this space have this very common bond. That's why we always say it's the worst club with the best members, because everybody like comes together and knows, like they just get it. Like, and it's so funny. Like there's people that I've met and I've never even met in person, but they're like some of my best friends. And it's just because we share this common terrible experience of going through infertility. We started Fertility Rally, which is now a website, and we have community and content, and we do curated events um, on tons of different topics. We have at least one per month, and we talk about, same sex couples building their families. We talk about PCOS, endometriosis, recurrent pregnancy loss, nutrition, anything. And we always partner up with experts and sometimes with brands. If it's a relevant thing that, we give people like discounts and stuff. So it's turned into this great community. We launched it in June 2020, and we now have almost 325 members around the world, actually. We also have a private Facebook group where they can go on and ask each other questions and vent, but it's like a vetted group, it's members only, so they can feel very safe and you're not going to get trolled by anybody or negative comments. Our rule is always that everybody has to be kind to each other and support each other. And if you don't, have anything nice to say, like get off the group, because there's no time for that shit.
Because it is curated and you're getting information that is, real, true, factual, good stuff compared to just searching online and figuring it out on your own. And the people that they partner with or the companies or whatever, it's all very legit. So it's not just like random people that don't know what they're doing and
Mhm.
giving bad information. The
Mhm.
second thing is just it's building community, and you're building friendships with people that are going through the same thing. And so not only do you see them maybe on Instagram or wherever you've come together, but then you also get to really, like, I say live, but on Zoom, interact with them and get to know their story and get invested in each other. And I think that that goes a long way when you're going through this experience, because you realize, again, you're not alone, you're not broken, you're normal. And there's so many different ways that this comes together.